Hello, traders. I want to talk to you a little bit about what happened last night. We opened right here, put up a little bit of a new day opening gap. This is settlement price, I believe. Started trade. We traded down, took out some lower hanging fruit here. Didn't get. I think we might have got that one, but not this one. Pretty close. But then we started trading up. Very nice little stair step pattern, up, 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 pulls back a little, takes out the lows, continues up. And we're getting up into this range, and I'm looking at this high right here. Okay. I'm 150% confident we're taking that high right there. Okay. But instead, we took this high right there. You know my system. As the price is going up, I'm marking out the last down close candle on the way up. The last down close candle before the run on liquidity. So this is our liquidity run. So that would be the highest point here. That would make this candle right here our breaker. Okay. Let's mark that dude out. And we'll make it orange like we always do. Right there. That's close enough. And we'll clone it and put another one on there. Okay. Right there. So that's our breaker right there. I'm still thinking there is no freaking way during Asia that this is going to work. There's just no way. It's going to that high. So we come down, leave this liquidity right here. We leave it. We go back up. Candle bodies do not pierce through the top of that. Wicks do, but candle bodies stay below the halfway point of this breaker. And then we pull away with a fair value gap, very small one, wick back into it. We try to push back up into it, and I'm still long. I'm still holding, thinking, we're going. This is it. We're going all the way to the moon. As soon as this thing started happening, I'm like, oh, yeah. And I started sizing up just in time for this to happen. Went against my system and lost my ass. Lost my XFA. I lost it. I was way over leveraged, way overconfident we were going there. Went against my system and got my ass handed to me. So let's fast forward to today. That was last night. So now I have no XFA again. Back to trying to get funded. And let's see how the PD arrays work today. Once again, we have a high here. Very confident that this high is about to get taken. Let me get rid of these because they're not pertinent to this video. Very confident that this high is about to get taken. But armed with the evidence that I had last night, I continued to mark out the breakers until we got to this one. We took out this high, and I'm thinking, surely we're going to take that weekly high. Surely we will. We pushed through with a fair value gap, pushed a little lower, tried to push up to the fair value gap in the breaker, but did not. I took a short. Where did we go? All the way down through the NWOG to the 25%. We took out the low of the overnight at 6:25 a.m. We took out that low, and we did it rapidly. Let's do a 5-minute candle and see what it looks like. Okay, yeah. And I bet you we could find a reversal pattern right here, and we'll go back up to settlement. But I'm already out of, I've already did a max profit. I'd had several losing days in a row because I was gambling. And, I always say on my channel, I'm going to give a true account of what it's like to be in these prop firms and trying to pass challenges. Well, I've got to the point where I can pass challenges at will. Okay, all I have to do is get in here, wait for a reversal signal, sell short. But as soon as I get into real money situations, that's where I'm struggling. I can actually withdraw that money in the XFA, and so I'm scared. Like if I got into a PD array here, I might be like, if I see a candle come pushing back my way, I might be like, okay, I got to get out, and I cut my losers. I let my losers run, and I cut my winners short and whittle away at my XFA. A lot of times, all of the damage will happen in one day, and then the account's so far depleted that theoretically I could uh, take one micro and work it back up to even. I should be able to, but I get impatient and want to size up and try to get it all in one day, and that blows up my account. So that's 5 in 5 weeks that I've blown up. I'll get this one funded probably by Friday, holiday weekend. Next Tuesday, we'll be working a new XFA, and hopefully, I don't blow this one up. I wanted to talk to you about this little thing right here. If you go into the settings, you can put on whatever you want to over here, but right here, personal daily profit target, $1,520. The reason I put it at 1,520 is if you just put it at 1,500, it's a market fill. So a lot of times it'll hit it and then pull back. And that happened to me the last account I got funded, and I lacked $25 from being funded on that. That it was a two day deal, $1,500 the first day, $1,475 the second day because it did a market fill and it pulled back, and so it cost me the $25. But so I had to wait till the following day to get that extra $25. So I put it at 1520. The rule for Topstep, you can't have more than 50% of your best day, can't be more than 50% of all of your winning days. And on a $3,000, you got to get $3,000 on a 50K combine to pass. So I just cut that in half, and I can't have any day that's more than $1,500. So let's say I'm unable to make 1,500 tomorrow. I can only make 1,000 tomorrow, or 500 tomorrow. That's fine, because you can adjust this. Okay, so let's say I make 500 tomorrow. I need $2,000 to get funded. So I'm down because I was down in this account, so I'd have to make 1,500 again, and then that'll leave me about $300 left, I think, to get funded. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that'll put me at 52.8. I assume. Yeah, I'm not even doing the math right. 52. 52.3. So that'll leave me about $700 shy of getting funded. So I can change this on that day. So I make sure I get funded. You don't have to go over. You can just do 53,001 penny and you're good. But you want to have enough to cover any fees for the contract you traded, and they will let you go over a little bit on this, and it won't affect your 50% rule. And so that's why I set it at 1520. But you want to put that in place because you don't want to have a $3,000 or $4,000 day on a 50K combine, because then you got to repeat it. 50%, it still has to be 50% of your total winning days. So if you get 3,000 and technically you're passed, but you got to get 3,000 more to meet the 50% rule. So put that in there. Get in there, wait for a reversal pattern, put on a 10. Don't over leverage too much, because if it fails or it starts wiggling around like it did in Asia last night, you can get spanked real quick. Just put on like 10 micros or one big Nasdaq, put a $250 stop loss in there or something, and just let that puppy run. But wait for that signal. And another thing, you can get signals in the middle of the range. You can get signals like, say, right here, we start pushing down below. But there's no high or low been taken yet. It's like, say this is all we're seeing right here. And this is our breaker. We started pushing down below it. We had a fair value gap. You may be tempted to go short there because we're below the breaker. Candle bodies closed below. We had a fair value gap, so you may be tempted to go short there. But we haven't taken a major liquidity level here. That's very, very key to this. We need to be at a major liquidity level. And we did take one, a previous high. We just didn't take the high. We took this little bitty one right there. If you see it on a 4-hour chart, you can see, let's see, well, we left that one for sure. I guess you would say we took these. But if you look at the ES, I think the ES was a little bit more clear that it had taken something. No, it's no better either. They just didn't want to take that high. They wanted to leave them. So I guess these would be our liquidity levels right here that we took. Relative equal highs on the 4-hour. And we overshot them pretty good. But we did take a major liquidity level. We did not take that one. That's okay. But just whenever you start looking for these breakers, make sure we've just taken a higher time frame, major liquidity level before you start jumping into them. Because when they failed on me is when we're not at one of these levels. Like if we're in something like this, they'll fail every single time. But once we've taken a level, a high or low, even a 15-minute chart, you could look at the 15-minute chart. We didn't quite make it to that, but we did take this one. So just start watching for that reversal pattern. I would have bet $1 million we would have taken that weekly high, but man, did we not take it. We didn't take it violently. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Love each and every one of you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Until next time, trade well.